In national news, as part of his continued interaction with citizens and residents, King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Roundel Palace yesterday, in the presence of His Royal Highness Prime Minister Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, prominent members of the expatriate community who expressed their support to Bahrain and work for the future and very best interests of the country they call home. Details in this report with Dr. Mohamed Al-Shaaban.
His Majesty the King praised the valuable contributions of the expatriate community in Bahrain and their commitment to support the country, stressing that anyone who loved Bahrain loved all and that it was a characteristic of the Bahraini society.
Those of you who have known Bahrain for some time will know that it has always taken pride in its openness and tolerance as a society. It is something that has always been a hallmark of the fabric of Bahrain and must remain so in the future. It is a national characteristic that has defined Bahrain, not through social engineering or design, but because it is genuine and heartfelt.
His Majesty the King expressed firm commitment to local and international obligations concerning human rights, on the basis of which he had ordered to set up a fact-finding committee, pledging to protect the rights of anyone cooperating with that committee.
I am also highly conscious of the need to reinforce Bahrain's continuing commitment to both our domestic and international obligations in respect of human rights, to which we remain fully committed. As a result, yesterday I announced the formation of an independent commission of inquiry led by a panel of international experts whose expertise and impartiality are beyond reproach.
His Majesty also said that the national dialogue, which opens tomorrow, will aim not only to shape Bahrain's future, but also the future of generations to come, stressing that no consensus can be reached without a dialogue in which everyone can take part.
This Saturday heralds the commencement of the national dialogue. It will be a true dialogue in every respect, and no section of Bahrain wide and diverse society will be ignored. Its aim will be to shape not only Bahrain's immediate future, but to lay the foundations for generations to come.
Expatriates, meanwhile, expressed their sincere love for Bahrain, where they said they want to live not to earn a living, but because they love the country so much.
So many people think we live here just to work and take the money and run away. If that were true, we would not be working in Bahrain. We would be working in a place where we get more money. We work in Bahrain because we love Bahrain.
They also said that during the unrest they wanted to stay, although they were sent planes to fly them back home, blaming foreign satellite channels for distorting realities.
It was with some amusement that many of us witnessed the arrival and departure of empty aeroplanes to evacuate the citizens of a particular European country. During the recent crisis, they came and they left empty. Because in times of strife, what's required are not acts of political correctness, but an understanding of the reality of life on the ground. What people needed and got was to feel that as expatriates, their views were heard and their true feelings conveyed to those in positions of authority. That is what is required, not knee-jerk panic evacuation on empty aeroplanes. For the most part, the majority of expatriates did not feel the need to desert the kingdom in its time of need. And many of us actually stayed and worked harder and longer hours during that time than we had previously. And that takes me to the way the Kingdom of Bahrain was treated internationally and at the hands of the international media. The treatment Bahrain received at the hands of the international media saddened us all. We were dismayed by their lack of objectivity, frequent inaccuracies, presented round the clock by 24-hour news channels, sensationalist international media who neither know nor really care about the true nature of Bahrain. They distorted the truth.
Even poetry was outraged at the lack of truth and objectivity of some foreign satellite channels.
The world may judge on false tears and lying. BBC, CNN, Sky News are flying with lies, more lies and dramatic sighing. But truth and honest acts see evil dying. Recognition once more for love and passion. 2 C's, 1 people, tolerance, compassion.
Many expatriates were born, raised and attended schools in Bahrain, and as they have now grown up and are ready to pursue their university studies, they insisted to speak a word of loyalty to the country they love.
Our love and loyalty for Bahrain will not be deterred. We owe Bahrain so much for allowing us to spend our childhood, our formative years, the best years of our lives, in this wonderful island. As we enter adulthood, we firmly believe that the people we are today have been shaped by this very island in which we grew up.
To a wonderful nation, a country for all. Reporting for Bahrain Television, this is Mohamed Al-Shaaban.